Tim Wiescotter over 500 meters. 6 world titles, those two men between them. So coming in for the second time of asking for this men's individual kayak final over 200 meters. The world and European champion in lane number 5 from the bottom of your picture in the white vest for Great Britain. His big rival, Ronald Rao, in the dark kayak, 4 from the bottom of your picture for Germany. Those two gold and silver medalists here in Poznan 12 months ago, and they burn away. On the far side there, that's Kramer from the Ukraine, then Simonowski for Poland, and lane 5 and Ed Makiva very strong there, 4. That's Karatonov of Ukraine, who was a silver medalist 2 seasons ago in the World Championships in Dartmouth, but it is Ed Makiva who's got the advantage now ahead of Ronald Rao, who's challenging him all the way to the line, coming right in front of our commentary position here, and it's very close between Makiva and also Simonowski of Poland as they hit the line. Makiva gets it, Simonowski, and then there's a photo, and the photo for third place involves about 4 different kayaks, but Ed Makiva, the world and European champion, coached by Alex Nikonov, he is the winner here of World Cup Regatta number 1 this opening weekend of the sprint canoeing competition season. Representing the Bradford-on-Avon Club, and Ronald Rao, well, he challenged, but in fact Simonowski, unofficially, I've got him in second place, and Ronald Rao vying for third. Off the blocks here, really quick start. Ronald Rao, a very, very quick starter traditionally. Look, 2 from the top of your picture. There's Simonowski for Poland. Piotr, who was bronze medalist in the world last year and at European level. And coming to the line, Simonowski at the top, but you can see Makiva gets there, and it's possibly Karitonov of Ukraine in there with Kramer of the Ukraine for third place. But just looking for the result of what has to be a photograph, but terrific starting power here and application by Ed Makiva, and that over a 200-meter distance is a decisive victory over Simonowski, who I have, as I say, unofficially in the silver medal position. But great start to the season, great boost to the confidence for Ed Makiva. Aryan team as we move forward to Racice in next month's World Cup number 2 regatta. So, watch out here for Adam Ginter from Poland in lane 6, and also Demyanko of Azerbaijan in lane 5. And away we go, 200 meters. And on the far side there, you can see the first of the 2 Poles up there, Barakevich. And really strong start as they're spread across the regatta course. Silva, Helder Silva for Portugal, also going well. 5, that is the stern you can see there of Demyanko of Azerbaijan, Valentin Demyanko, as they come in front of us now, and it's very close. In lane number 3, it's Yevgeny Shuklin, who's vying at the moment with Yuri Chaban as they come towards the line there, the men at the top, and it looks as if it's Yuri Chaban of the Ukraine, who's just got there, last year's bronze medalist, ahead of Yevgeny Shuklin, who was the European champion last season. It's a photograph again here in the Canadian singles. Yuri Chaban, 24 years of age, a world champion in this particular boat class back in 2007 in Duisburg, and a very consistent competitor at this level in this class. Now you're looking at the men who are 3 from the top and 4 from the top of your picture. And in lane number 4, that's Chaban. Moving away, and oh, that is just, I think, Chaban for me, just leaning back in the canoe to shoot the bow across the line to get the victory on the day. So Chaban from Shuklin, very close there. Also Sebastian Brendel for Germany, who was second meters, and the men with Canadian singles, Canadian So this is the lineup for the women's 200 meters. As I said, this is an Olympic category and a much more open affair. Osipenko there, the silver medalist. She finished yesterday down the field in 4th place over 500 meters. Just a reminder of where we are. Furthest away, Alana Nichols for Australia. 2 from the top, that's Yulia Borzhova for Uzbekistan. There's Nicole Reinhardt, who's very much favoured in this boat class, as she did yesterday, looking for a double victory on the weekend. So away they go, and over on the far side, the very promising Alana Nichols. Alana Nichols on the far side there, also going well in lane 6. Here's Nicole Reinhardt just above her there. That's Nikolina Moldavan, and coming towards the line here, really spread across the course here, and this is very close. Osipenko, the Olympic champion, but really difficult to call there. You can see Marta had a hand up, and as I'm pretty sure that Malkiewicz has got there, and that's one for the host nation. Got away very quickly, Nicole Reinhardt there in lane 6, looking for that weekend double. And you can see the yellow and blue, that's the kayak of Ina Osipenko, the Olympic champion, but really good effort. And Alana Nichols in there from Australia, one of the really bright finds, and national champion this season over 500 and 200. Nichols in there with the photo. Now have a look at this. There's Marta, top of the screen, that's Alana, and maybe Reinhardt in the 3rd bronze medal position there, but that'll all be made clear in a moment. But good race there, of course, for the Olympic program. Now on to the 200 meters, the kayak pairs for men. And in this, also Britain with a very strong hand here, the partnership of Liam Heath and Jonathan Schofield. They were bronze medalists last year behind the partnership that are... Then you've got Great Britain, Heath and Schofield. And then Latvia, there are the British, you just saw them momentarily. Latvia in lane 5, who were 5th in the world last year, and away we go. Sweden, France, Belarus and Poland. And it's the world champions who are 3 from the bottom of your picture. As you can see, the British there. Liam Heath up front there in the bow. Jonathan Schofield, formerly a terrific whitewater paddler. And it is the British 4th from the top of the picture who are going really well through into the last 100 meters now. And being challenged by the French world champions as well. But it's just, I think, coming on Serbia, very close to the British and the French. It's between those 3. The French might have just got there at the business end, at the point where it matters most. And that's Arnaud Ibois and Sébastien Joux for France to underline their strength, getting ahead of the British and the Serbians, who were fighting it out in the end for 2nd and 3rd places. And it is France who've got the victory. Very powerful finish by this combination. They missed the podium yet, Serbians. That's Filipovic and Zodic. But the British, I would say, 2nd, and the Serbians probably 3rd in the 1-2-3 of this men's kayak 200-meter final. Again, an Olympic distance. So last season's form in this opening World Cup regatta. And that's the way it looks. And the Serbians, with an improving squad, looking forward to hosting the European Championships, of course, in the middle of June in the city centre of Belgrade. But the French... So there is the lineup for the kayak pairs for women. This a pretty open affair, I have to say. Won in the World Championships a year ago by the Hungarian partnership of Katalin Kovac and Natasha Janec. Natasha Janec, who's expecting a baby. McGinty, 10 years junior So it really is youth and experience in that Australian kayak, and very much a debut internationally for Hayley McGinty. Lovell, who's got experience, a bronze medal actually in the European Championships way back in 2003. So Poland furthest away, then Chile, Zamora and Reyes, then Lithuania 3 from the top, Sudike and Daunorate, Uzbekistan, Shabina and Polunina in lane 4. 5 Australia, Lovell and McGinty. 4 from the bottom of your picture, the Dutch, who are in picture there. That's Roos and Ere. Austria 3 from the bottom, Schuring and Schwarz. Watch out for them. And 2 from the bottom. I can tell you that Nicolina Moldovan, who finished just 8th what seems like just a couple of minutes ago in the individual kayak, has jumped into this kayak double. 2nd from the right of your picture, but a really storming start there by the Poles. Kowalczyk on the top of your picture, and they've gone very quickly indeed. Lane 7 moving, Schuring and Schwarz there, the experience, and they are in the foreground. The bronze medalist over 500 meters on the top of your picture there, that's Kowalczyk and Vivora, and coming towards the line, it's the Austrians who've got the advantage in lane number 7, and they come through decisively to take that, and it looks as if it could be the Dutch. That's Roos and Erde in the photograph, possibly with the Serbians for 3rd place, but that was a terrific performance. The Polish duo right at the far side, that's Kowalczyk and Vivora, a very fast start, but to have the disadvantage of being separated from the main race pace on the field. And Yvonne Schuring and Victoria Schwarz, who were 7th in the World Championships last year over this distance, winning the opening 200-meter explosion of power and speed, and doing so decisively. And I've got the Dutch, I think, in 2nd place. We'll have a look at this as they come to the line. 7 there, 8 right next to them. That's Serbia. Then the Dutch in lane number 6, coming towards the finish now. And you can see Austria in the foreground. That's the Poles just out of picture. The angle's a little deceptive, and, well, that looks like the Dutch, the Serbians and the Poles in a photograph, possibly for 3rd place. Couldn't separate that on the eye, but the Dutch may have just got 2nd place and left Serbia and Poland to scrap for 3rd. But again, that's the first medal of the regatta for Holland. Femke Roos and Rowdy Erde. That's the Austrians crossing now. There are the Dutch going into 2nd, and I would say Serbia 3rd, with Poland, after a very good start, finishing up in 4th place. But that is, of course, unofficial. So much delight by these two. You're going to be seeing them again in action very shortly when we move to 500 meters. Correctly applied. So from kayaks we return now to Canadians, this time Canadian pairs, Canadian doubles over 200 meters. And in this we have the outstanding crew, but they find themselves in an outside lane, which tells you much about their qualification. There they are, lane 1, the reigning world and European champions, Raimunda Slabukas and Tomas Gadeikas, representing Lithuania. Both 27 years of age. So on paper at least, and based on last year's results, they are the crew to beat. 2 from the top, Belarus, Rabchanka and Varcheski, who were 3rd over 1,000 meters yesterday. Then Moldavia, Rusu and Turkan. Then Uzbekistan in lane 4, 4 from the top of your picture. That's Mirbekov and Koshnev. And then Brazil, 4 from the bottom of your picture. That's Matias de Oliveira and Silvia de Souza. Azerbaijan, 3 from the bottom of your picture. Sergei Bezhugli and Maxim Prokopenko were the winners over 1,000 meters. 2 from the bottom of your picture, Romania, Dumitrescu and Mihalaci, who were 4th last year over this distance. And closest to you, Ryczynski and Nowak of Poland. Ryczynski was in the boat, Nowak who wasn't, so it's a different partnership. They're closest to you. Under starters' orders. And this time away, pretty good start at the top there by Labukas and Gadaikas, but they do have this disadvantage of being right on the far side and away from what arguably is the race pace. But they've started with a very high tempo right on the top of your picture there, and they are the boat to watch. Lane number 3, that's the Moldavians, and now coming through in the center of the echelon, lane number 6, this is Azerbaijan, Bazukli and Prokopenko. And they are challenging pretty strongly. Still on the top there, it's the Lithuanians right in front of us, coming towards the line. Lithuania, we've still got the advantage at the moment as they come toward Lithuania. Just get there, the world and European champions. And they are chased home by Azerbaijan, Bazukli and Prokopenko, I think, for second place. But again, just waiting for Lithuania. And Azerbaijan, and maybe Rabchanka Varshavsky of Belarus in third place, but that is really unofficial at the moment. But the world and European champions, it's worth mentioning also that the Lithuanians on the far side, they're not only world champions last year, but also the season before. So they'll be going to Szeged in Hungary in mid-August, or to try and make it 3 in a row. Very good start. They've got a great paddle stroke rate and tempo there, the two Lithuanians. Then you can see in lane number 5, that is the Azerbaijan duo of Bazukli and Prokopenko. And we're trying to pick out the third boat across the line now. And that looks to be Rabchanka Varshavsky, who are in third place for Belarus. And the Brazilians in fourth place there, that's Oliveira, Mateus and Silva de Souza. Well, you're seeing the Azerbaijanis in picture, but 6 races, 2 to come. And there is the, they've got Romania. I had Brazil, I think, closer, but the world ranking a year ago in the World Championships here. So this is the final of the women's kayak pairs over 500 meters. Furthest away, Serbia. Lane 2, Portugal. 3 away will be Belarus. Austria in 4. Poland in 5 and 6. Then France, New Zealand. Closest to you, the Netherlands. This time we're good. Pretty slow start there by Serbia. And maybe the efforts of the Moldovan sisters is beginning to catch up on them. And the pace and the heart of the race in the center of the echelon there with Belarus, and also Walkiewicz and Wrzanowska for Poland. Coming down to the 250-meter line on this 500-meter Olympic category sprint class here. And you can see now the Polish very much to the fore. Also the Austrians in there. Lane 5 it is at the moment. That's Beata Mikolajczyk and Agnieszka Konieczkina, who are leading in the first half of this race. 3, that's Belarus, Kudenska and Paltaran just beyond them in lane number 3 as we come to 250 meters. And it's Poland from Austria, and then the Poland from Belarus, Austria, the meat in that sandwich, just going through at the half distance in about third place. Then Poland's other crew, then tracking them, the French would be just behind them. And there, as you see it spread out now, 3 from the top of your picture, that's Belarus, Kudenska and Paltaran. And they've just got the edge over the Polish duo of Beata Mikolajczyk and Konieczka as they come down with 100 meters to go now. And Poland beginning to overpower the Belarus, and looks like a home victory here with the Austrians in just about third place at the moment. Another 10 strokes towards the line now. Austria finishing strongly to take second place away from Belarus, but it is Poland who crossed the line, then Austria, and after that Belarus, with France probably just about in fourth place there, Marie Delettre and Sarah Truel. But it is Beata Mikolajczyk and Agnieszka Koneczna who've got the victory here, finishing very strongly. Different partnership to the Polish crew that finished fifth in the World Championships. But these two very much the dominant force on this particular day. So away from the start, lane number 5, very quickly away, the ultimate winners. Belarus, though, for a good part of the race, absolutely up there, but then home power coming through to win pretty decisively at the end. Look at that, almost a kayak length. And yeah, I would say the French are just at that, vying there with Belarus for third place, but I think they're probably going to find themselves in fourth, but that's unofficial. But this was a decisive victory, 500 meters, and as I said, there's still plenty of countries to come into the World Cup competition. 38 countries participating here this weekend here in Poland. So pretty healthy, but it will get bigger, the participation, and stronger as we go through. The Australians, the Canadians are going to come into this, the Hungarians, of course. Germany will have more force. So away we go in the men's 500 meters. And very quickly, the man to look for, Sweden's Gustafsson in the yellow vest, who was the world champion over 500 meters last season. Lane 9, closest to you, that's Robin Koenders. 2 from the bottom, that's Maxime Richard for Belgium. But the pace of the race at the moment over the first 150 meters in the center there, lane 6, Slovakia, Peter Žel, who was the world silver medalist over 500 meters last season, representing Slovakia. Gustafsson right alongside him as well. All right, on the right of your picture, that's Daniel Salbo for Norway, who won the under-23 marathon world championships last year. And coming down to the half distance, lane 2, Cyril Carr from France, up there, 2 from the top of your picture, but not leading at the moment. It's lane number 4, and that is Miroslav Kirshev of Bulgaria. Miroslav, who's got the advantage, this promising junior European champion last year in Moscow over 500 meters and third over 1,000 meters, but now the experience of Cyril Carr coming through. Lane 5, here comes Gustafsson in that yellow vest, just powering, burning through now in that individual kayak, and Gustafsson, who was third over 1,000 meters, now being taken on here by the Slovakian Peter Žel. It's Sweden who are leading at the moment from Slovakia. France vying for third place, but here is the 32-year-old Swede from Jönköping who's holding off the challenge of the Slovakian and the Frenchman. Very close between Slovakia and the French, but no doubt Gustafsson's power, particularly over the last 250, and a wry smile there. He has won the men's K1 500. It's not any longer an Olympic discipline, but that was an impressive performance nonetheless. The world champion last year over this distance and showing that he's still pretty effective. European silver medalist last year in Spain over 500 meters. And Gustafsson, best work in the second half of the race. And we'll try and split the Frenchman, Cyril Carr, and also Peter Žel of Slovakia to see who gets there. French at the top, that's really difficult to call. That is most definitely. Well, there it is, the photograph of Pidijel of Slovakia getting second place ahead of Silka, Kirshev, the promising Bulgarian, and then Koenders. And that's just about the racing we have for you this morning. I hope you've enjoyed the action with us. It's been a terrific morning, and thank you for your company. Remember, the next stop is Račice in June on the 21st and 22nd. For myself, David Goldstrom, and the team, have a good day. Bye-bye from Poznan.